Now we're on the second floor of this, second floor, meaning like the first floor in America. It's always different from Monaco. This is like Europe. This is the journey section. So here we start with this abstract piece that is again not abstract to me, but it's to me it represents the mountain in a kind of Japanese inspired, probably not directly. I didn't open a Japanese book to do it, but it's a way. It's the way I collected elements from the Japanese art, and I worked with very thin brushes for gold paint, shiny clouds, and the general idea is that this is called door, represent the mountain, almost alive like this dragon, and this is with the idea that if you have any question, philosophical question, go on the top of the mountain, and when you get there, you get the answer. And this is true for every culture, every story, every civilization, every period of time. This is a piece that is the second one from another one you discovered earlier, like from earlier in time. So I'm not giving much information about this. This one is interesting in the theme of the journey because this is us being in the dark side and looking at the brightness of what we could have or be. And this side is retrograde. It says land of obscurantism. And what is keeping us from going through the threshold is this gate of fear. This is a very neon green type of flames, and this is what is keeping us from doing that jump. And we need to know this is pure illusion. Fear is an illusion. It's a projection of what we imagine could be, so it's not real. Stars, here we notice the stars. The star is really a very strong theme in my work, and I became more aware of those themes when I put the book together, because I really, that was the occasion to see everything with like all these pieces compared to each other. And in the book I also put like past references, new references. This one is another good example of the contrast, the yin-yang effect of this is called clouds. And I started this one by putting like paint on my fingers, and it started probably here, around there, and it looked like blood. And I was thinking, okay, let's keep on doing this, and we get that very, very powerful sensation of the earthy life, incarnated life, and the struggle we go through like every day, and the joy and the pain, and this human nature of life that sparkles into like fire. I could almost hear it when I see this. And here we are like compensated by the falling of this like a curtain of small gold moons, a motif that's a yellow gold sign is something that came from the work, and I will speak about it like later in the visit. Here, nothing to do, like jump in time, much later. This was in 2003, this was in 2007. Completely different, except that it is acrylic as well. This is like a series following me on the journey of, these are like more like epic situations, slightly more like figurative, where this one describes a woman waiting for something or someone precisely, and she's static and the background is moving. There is a lot of action, but it's something to discover when you look at the painting a little longer. This would be in the same sense of the shell, the theme of the shell, the armor, again the metal somehow. And here we get like some nice 3D effect with the paste. The 3D effect comes even better here with like the almost like a reptile sense here, and all the details on the shoulder of the woman here with her legs, and the guy who's here. They have been fighting, maybe each other, who can tell. And this painting is called Farewell, and this is like maybe too late now to end the fight. Or Flesh is about symbolisms and mythology, and this is about how nowadays we live in a society of consumption, like it's sort of like we live in a big market, and these symbols are to me not really respected anymore unless we are just not aware of them. And this one is this very noble looking horse with that magic thing. It could be almost like a Capricorn or something, like but turned into like, we can see almost like wounded with that sense of flesh and dry blood almost. And I used as a background silver leaf to look like aluminium foil and to really make it like a piece of meat, if I might say. So that's a little extreme presentation. She is part of the black and white medieval series of actually not black like I did downstairs. This is a different black. This is actually ivory black and the other is Mars black. This is a more brownish, warmer black, and the white is applied on the black, so that gives us different sense of, it's not so much graphic, it's more a sense of depth coming from this. And this is called holographic love. And she's looking here, she's also like in that same state of thinking about this gentleman and wondering if he's close to her or if this is just a frame of her imagination, or if he's there doing something and doing something maybe for them or not. So that's the holographic sense of like where people are. And this is also a piece from that series where it's more like the idea of the healing power of being like between the animal and the human and the cerebral, and to be like the bird again we were speaking about earlier. This is a big piece. In short, very much inspired by Joseph Campbell's work, where like in this book, like The Hero with 1,000 Faces, again, I'm interested in what is universal. I'm doing my own exploration on humanity, what it is to be human, what it is to believe, to have faith, what we can believe in order to live our lives. And this is an idea of Joseph Campbell that I admire, because this progression is true to every story, every book. Can be Pinocchio, can be the Bible with the Christ, can be Star Wars, who actually was Luca was very influenced by Joseph Campbell too. So in short, the calling, our future hero is caught by a sign here that gets the attention into something else, this other like spiritual or something else. Here he's desperate, he doesn't know what to do, he's torn between the voice of the mass telling him, don't do it, don't take a risk, don't dare to change. And at the same time, there is a silhouette of a mentor here that is like encouraging. We go here, we get into the departure, the journey, learning the loneliness, the hand, the sense of touch, the eyes that precedes it, and temptation to go backward but staying in, and then eventually the massive, big obstacle that's going to allow the hero to go through a spiritual death, a symbolic death, and that's actually the death of the ego. So here we see the same thing we saw earlier with the different texture and the graphic part, where we go from one to the other, and here we disappear into nothingness, and from nothingness something appears, can be anything, finally free to be anything. And this is like the rebirth of the pure being. It's not like being born and going to school and to be like influenced by all of this. This is like the opportunity of rebuilding ourselves completely with our like consciousness into whatever we want. And that's the representation for the idea of what a hero transforming and becoming who is. And here going back to the tribe and being assimilated to the tribe with the golden eyes, and other people with the golden eyes too, becoming like mentors as well. And here we have a last piece for that series of the journey, with this woman's body here, taken between a past and a little bit like the unconscious mind, with those shapes that can be, to me, like representing what we could read in the coffee cup, you know, like in Turkish coffee. You can read your future or find some elements of information for your psychic abilities. She's in this dreamy part behind her, that darkness, still reflecting on her, and the other side is the future. She has a bright, empty, white future, even though the future is on the past and not in the future. But that's another like thing, and we cannot develop too much on every details. So if you please follow me. Now you're going to see the apocalypse. Here, this is a 39 feet long work that I painted in Monaco in 2010 at the occasion of a great exhibition organized in a Monaco gallery, l'Entrepôt, and invited to do it by the Association des Monégasques à l'étranger of the Monaco people in foreign countries. So their association like sponsored the show, and I wanted to do something quite unique to honor this invitation. So here you see it. It's based on the book of Revelation of St. John in the Bible, describing Babylon and the beast and all these themes again that are like so strong. And we can see, for example, here, just between us, like here between us, I wanted to say like this is like a tower that is inspired for the Babylon and the market by the Dubai Tower. I didn't want people to tell me that I was saying that Monaco was Babylon. I don't want, so I'm like always like mixing cultures. And this one piece here has the birds, the final revenge with the birds, actually inspiring probably like the movie by Alfred Hitchcock, Bird. I had no idea before I read this text again. And this final piece here with the good and evil is very yin-yang type of shape as well.